Adam, there's a lot of people that will be interested in doing business in Saudi Arabia, really, because it's regarded as a cash-rich environment with buyers, with the money to buy things. But probably people are put off a lot by the cultural aspects of dealing with such a different nation. Tell me a little bit about the reality of doing business in Saudi Arabia.
Well, just briefly, I suppose, just to come back to your first point there about people being put off by Saudi. I'm always surprised that a lot of people come out to the Middle East and they focus on easier markets like the UAE or Qatar. The fact is, though, that 25% of all MENA GDP is Saudi Arabia. So actually, the elephant in the room in terms of your Middle East sales strategy is always going to be Saudi. And to leave that off of your Middle East strategy, I think suggests that you don't have a Middle East strategy. So number one point, I always think, come to Saudi, because it is where the big money is in terms of the big revenue. It's a market unlike any other GCC country. It's got 30 million people in Saudi Arabia, including the expats. And if you go to some of the other markets that might have a higher GDP per head, but then they've only got 200,000 heads. So that means it's actually not a particularly large market, whereas Saudi is huge. I set up AEI Saudi with my co-founder Stuart D'Souza about 3 years ago, with the specific intention of making Saudi a little bit easier, because we could see all the time that people do get as far as Dubai, but then they don't make it on to Riyadh. And what was missing? We decided that what was missing was effectively Saudi is a little bit too opaque, it's too expensive, and although some of the big players like BAE Systems can spend a lot of money, set up offices and put literally thousands of people into the kingdom, that's not an option for anybody else, and especially not your SMEs. So we tried to open up the market for SMEs by basically providing a number of low-cost, low-risk solutions that allow anybody to get in and see if it's a market that's going to be fruitful for them.
To get more great advice on how to grow your business through export, visit our website export.buzz. There you will find case studies of Midlands-based businesses who have made a success of international trade and great advice from expert service providers. This film was produced by David James, a specialist in business communications for the Midlands. You can contact him for your business communications through the website export.buzz.